Hello, I'm Karen Elgersma at Total Prepare. Why? Because we are going to tell you everything you need to know to be prepared if there's an emergency. And you're watching Go Island on ShawTV. On today's show, the police chorus is celebrating Mom in a big way. And Daphne Good will be highlighting some of the cool things the arts community is up to in the Cowichan Valley. All that and much more on Go Island. Hello, thank you so much for joining us on Go Island. We are going to give you the 411 in case you ever have to call 911. That's right, it's Emergency Preparedness Week right now, and we are going to give you everything you need to know to make sure that you're prepared. Now, if you want to be prepared, you want to lean in and listen today, but also come to Total Prepare. You have everything that people need in order to make sure that they have the proper things, but you also are there to consult people and teach people, aren't you?
That's correct. We've got a full range of preparedness products. We've got water, we've got food. We cover the 8 areas of emergency preparedness. And we can come in, we can talk to you about what your needs, what your wants are. Most important thing is to determine how long you want to prepare for and how many people in your family that you'd want to cover. And in an earthquake zone, you would be looking at 7 to 10 days should be your minimum.
Okay, so let's begin with, we're going to do 8 today. Number 1.
Number 1 is water.
Okay.
It's vital for life. So water, we have a lot of different ways to be able to store water or carry water.
Okay.
We have, starting off with something like this thing. This holds 250 gallons of potable water. There's 2 different ways that we deal with emergency preparedness. Number 1 is a grab and go if you have to leave your place, or number 2 is if you're going to shelter in place. In other words, you are going to be hunkering down, making sure you've got enough food, water, in order for the infrastructure to come back into play.
And if your neighbors find out you have one of these and they don't and they're not prepared, you'll have lots of new friends. What else do you have going on for water?
Okay, there's other areas where you look at water filtration. This is the Life Straw family of products.
Cool.
We have this little Life Straw here is a personal water filter. You can drink out of any creek or any lake, and it will actually filter this much water. Then we also have these, looks like a pop can, but this is a can of water that has a 50-year shelf life.
Wow.
Yeah, 50 years. The only thing you can't do is freeze them because it'll pop, but otherwise, if you want to have a long-term water supply, that's perfect. Food. Food, there's lots of different options. That is number 2 in your emergency preparedness. That sustains life.
Okay.
We have 3 different areas when you're looking at food supply for emergency preparedness. The first one is what you call your calorie food bars.
Okay.
So they taste kind of like shortbread cookies, but it gives you a good calorie count. That's perfect for the first initial maybe 12 hours.
Okay.
When the emergency hits and you don't have time to get your cooking facilities or anything else in place.
Okay.
The second one would be meals ready to eat, where they have their own flameless ration heater that you can heat up a meal and you can eat it. They're more expensive, but they work very well. The third one then is going to freeze-dried food.
Okay.
And we have two lines of freeze-dried food. They have a 25-year shelf life.
Wow.
And they're gourmet meals. All you need to do is boil water, whisk in the ingredients, and simmer it for a certain amount of time, different for each entree. And then you're eating pasta primavera or a classic chili.
We're going to continue to give you all the information that you need to make sure that you are prepared for an emergency. But first, Mother's Day certainly is something to sing about. And James Green introduces us to a chorus that is a force to be reckoned with. We're here at Total Prepare getting you prepared as we celebrate Emergency Awareness Week. What do we have to think about when it comes to sanitation?
Sanitation is to have a proper, if you want to call it lack of a better word, a porta potty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something, because we eat, we drink, we do a third thing every single day.
Yeah, we do. We get rid of that thing that we ate and drank. Yeah.
And it's an often overlooked part of emergency preparedness.
Absolutely. So what do you need?
You would need, here's a perfect example that is a cost-effective option.
just trying it out. Okay. Anyone have a newspaper? Okay, no, sorry. Yeah, okay. And then what would you use with it?
Okay, there's There's bags in there, then there's a gel to neutralize the odor. Of
Okay.
course, a good supply of toilet paper would be an excellent idea. One roll of toilet paper really won't do you for too terribly long.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep.
So this is good for your stay at home, your shelter in place, because if we have an earthquake, chances are your toilet is not going to be functioning anymore.
Yeah, right.
And to have this available is going to be a lifesaver.
Yeah, absolutely.
It will. And then we also have portable toilet ones.
Oh,
so
right
you
on.
can put these in your grab-and-go bags. And so if you are on the go and you do need to take care of your business, you've got a portable toilet.
There is so much we need to know. Now, one thing I always struggle with, tipping. And Dan Kahn hits the streets to talk to you about how you feel about it. You know what I'm holding up here? Can you guess? Why don't you tell everyone why you would want one of these in your car or in your home?
Or in your home. If after an emergency, the first responders come around, you're able to signal to them whether or not there's someone hurt or there's a situation, a medical situation or anything else, that you need the first responders right away.
Right.
Otherwise, put in your window, you're okay. Let them carry on to someone who really needs help.
We have to take a very short break, but please stay with us because when we come back, Daphne Good is in the Cowichan Valley. She'll be sharing with us all the cool things that are happening. There's arts, all sorts of wonderful things, so stay with us. We've gone through half of the 8 things that we need. What are we at now?
Communication.
Communication, okay.
Communication.
So what do you need for that?
We would suggest having a very good radio
Yeah.
that has weather bands on it, that actually has got 3 different power sources. This one has a solar charger on it, a dynamo charger, so you can just crank charge your battery, and it also has the ability to be able to put batteries, and it's got a rechargeable on
Wow.
it. So this one will actually broadcast weather alerts. It'll dump charge to your mobile phone, and it's even got a flashlight.
Wow.
So light is very critical, but it's good to have different sources.
Okay. How about shelter?
Shelter. Shelter, you would be looking at a tent.
Okay.
Now these are this is if you have to get out of your house and you have to be somewhere overnight, you want to be out of the elements, get into a tent, something with a Mylar blanket. You want to be able to maintain your core temperature, any heat source. So you've got things where you can Instafire, you use this, you can start a fire on anything.
We've taken a very short break, but please stay with us. When we come back, Paul Boston's going to make sure we all stay healthy and more tips on how to stay safe. Of course, there is a real emergency happening right now in Nepal. I know that my husband and I decided to donate through Shaw. They are donating to the Red Cross. They're going to match our donation, and then that donation will be matched by the federal government. So find out the way that your dollar can go the farthest. The Red Cross is amazing. There's all sorts of organizations that are there right now. But I just know that as soon as I donated, I just felt so much better. So absolutely, whether it's $25 or $100. I want to thank you so much. It's amazing how much you know and all the little things. I feel like I have a wealth of knowledge. If you want to know more, go to the website.
Yes.
Or you can come down here.
Yep.
Absolutely. Find out what you need and make sure that you are ready. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you next time on Go Island.
Women's clothing provided by Tulip Noir, casual designer fashions. Men's wardrobe by DG Bremner & Co. Menswear and accessories. Hair services provided by Salon J.